Staying in social media and weirdo shit. So Drake,
Oh,
yeah, Drake,
it's apparently that worse with them too. The couple.
with the couple, they really
They just
milking
keep
it.
going.
They keep going.
Yeah. But yeah, you give the background story.
For context for everyone, so we were just for clip purposes, for those of you that are just listening to this particular clip, we were just talking about social media and Kevin Samuels previously, and people not really understanding that celebrities are real humans. So Drake recently got into a little interaction with a random on social media. Basically, it's people criticize where the conversation came from was people criticizing Ja Morant. For those of you that don't know, Ja Morant is a very talented NBA basketball star currently in the playoffs.
That's when I got 45 points Saturday.
He his dad is just like any dad is for their son is
You're watching your son playing the NBA.
in the playoffs
Like,
against
in
one
the
of the
playoffs.
one of the greatest shooters, the greatest shooter ever, and Stephen Curry. He's right across from him, and you're
Yeah.
watching him in the playoffs, and they won.
That's
that game is
crazy.
1-1. That's a crazy perspective. You raised this kid from
And
nothing.
you was there at his basketball games in middle school.
You watch this kid grow, and same with the criticism that people had about LeVar Ball, where they were saying, "Oh, he's crazy," and blah blah blah.
It's because these people are fatherless and they're sad and they're upset. They're jealous.
I think that's part of it. The other one, I'm gonna make it a race issue. I think that people are not used to.
Black men.
Yeah, or they don't like the concept of a proud black father supporting his son, because I don't see I don't see like a similar reaction coming from a white father and a white son.
Yeah.
Personally, I'll make it a race issue. I'll stand on that ledge. I'll be that black person that brings race and everything. I'll stand on that.
No, but race is part of everything.
Especially when
Deep rooted.
they don't fit the description of what father and son support looks like,
Yeah.
right? And what I mean by that is Ja Morant has one dread, different colors, or two dreads, different colors. He has dreads. He's tatted up. His dad looks like an OG. He looked like an OG black, like real dad. Sunglasses look like Usher. And Ja has a daughter. Like, it just doesn't fit the bill of what people in their mind
They want
think.
him to be like, oh, he was raised by his single mother in the hood. Like, that's the story they
push
like
that
to
narrative.
sell.
They push that narrative, like, which is not true, like that those things happen, but there are also black fathers that coach their kids through all of that stuff, just
Plenty
like
of black
LeVar Ball.
fathers.
So in these sort of situations, I think it rubs people the wrong way when they see a supportive black father supporting their kid. But that's basically where the conversation came from. Drake was like, he replied to a meme, or I don't know what you call them, but a graphic of somebody saying that these two are annoying, whatever. The two dads, LeVar and I don't know Ja Morant's dad's name, but Drake was like, basically in his caption and his response, reply, whatever, he was saying like, yeah, this is crazy. Like, this is support a black father whenever my son grows up, and if he play, I think what he said, well, if he plays
Like
Rubik's Cube, he said if he's in a Rubik's
yeah.
Cube competition, he'll be in there cheering too.
Yeah.
That's how you should be as a parent. And then somebody replied, of course, everybody's trolling on the internet all these days. Somebody said that he'll be, what he said, playing with the Ghost Riders.
That was a funny comment though. But it is kind of unnecessary. It's like, why'd you say that? Like, okay.
I personally didn't think it was funny.
Yeah, because like, come on, you're talking about someone's kid now.
Well, not just that, it just wasn't funny to me.
Yeah, it's kind of like, all right, like.
But also, it's like,
boo.
at the same time, it's like, it makes me think, and it was, I guess, innocent. Like, it wasn't
Yeah, he was just
anything
playing
super
around.
malicious.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, you really still did say that to a person. Like, would you say that to them in person?
They wouldn't.
Like,
They wouldn't.
that's the part that always confuses me. Like, when people make their replies, even if it's nothing crazy, it's like, if this person was in this room right now, would you actually say this to their face?
That's what the problem with social media is, because it's like this blinders that people have. Like, you're adding somebody, like you're talking to a person. Like, you realize that, right? So like in real life, if you're talking to somebody, they're gonna respond usually.
Yeah, like if Drake was sitting right here, would you say that? And that's not to say that Drake was gonna beat the guy up or anything like that. But I don't even think people have the confidence or the balls to just have a conversation in general. People aren't as confrontational as they think they are. They're like,
that's what I'm telling you. When people mention me on Twitter, I respond, and lots of times they don't even respond back. I'm like, what you think that I was gonna respond?
Yeah, like if Lil Durk was sitting next to you, not that Lil Durk would do anything physical to harm you, but you're gonna talk about how he ain't sliding for Vaughn.
You're gonna be like, slide for Vaughn?
Like,
yeah,
in front of him, like, you're not going to do that.
And the only time people would do that in person is if they're like, like a basketball game, when you have the ability to just scream out at them,
And even
with no
still,
consequence.
And even still, those people are in the stands.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only time they do it. That's the only time they do it, is when they're far away.
You're 15 rows away. Like, what you want them to do?
Or if they're in the car, like if they, someone might slap it on in the car. You're in the car. You're not even tough enough to get up the car and say that to his face.
Yeah, right. So this wasn't that serious.
It wasn't.
But
it's a lesson.
It is interesting when I see people reply to and say certain things, because it's like, even to strangers. Yeah. It's like, you would never say that to somebody's face walking down the street. And some people would, but 99.9%. The only people that would do that is people walking around New York.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else.
They're different.
I don't think anybody else is going to do that. Yeah. But that was basically the reply. Then Drake said, I'm going to follow your baby moms because she's probably miserable and needs some excitement in her life, which he did. And then he DM'd her, said like, what's up, ma, whatever. He followed and DM'd her. And I don't know where that interaction went afterwards, but yeah, so just a little breakdown. Me personally, because I like psychological warfare more than anything. Mm-hmm. Psychological warfare to me is more detrimental to a person if you want to really do damage than you could ever do to somebody physically. Because even physical wounds can heal. You beat somebody up, like it's gonna heal eventually. Yeah. But you plant that seed and that mentality into them, I love it. This particular instance, I don't know if he said anything that crazy to warrant Drake following her and all that kind of stuff.
But even him following her wasn't that big of a deal. It's not like it would have been different if he DM'd her and said, hey, here's a flight, come out. Right. Yeah, that would have been crazy. But he just followed. He was just playing.
He just followed it, right? Yeah. I'm rolling with that. I like when, maybe not in this particular instance, but just in general, I like that sort of energy. Yeah. If you remember, I did that before.
Oh yeah.
I did do that, and that to me was funny, but I didn't take it as far as Drake took it, because he followed her.
I forgot about that.
He followed her like what else he did? He just followed her and DM'd her, right?
Yeah.
He didn't,
and he liked her story post.
Got you. So that to me took it like, it's like, was it that deep? I don't know, but still, that psychological warfare, planting that seed, and you see the downstream effect. Because now clearly he put some excitement in her life that he could never do, and he has to live with that now forever. And you can see by how he's moving, he's on some weirdo shit anyway. So. Yeah,
I mean, they're both weird though, because like now she's posting captions saying wearing less and going out more.
Yeah, she going, bro.
But you know what's funny? I think she's probably playing the game too, because she said that she wrote on, and they posted, Sharon posted saying at the end of the day, like she's like, at the end of the day, like I love my husband. This is how we find humor. Like we're like, best believe we're both laughing at this behind the scenes. Like I'm sure he's telling her to do this too. Like I'm sure they're trolling together, which is cool. I think that's cool. Like take the high road and be that fun couple that's just playing around, you know?
Right. Like I have an Instagram post here. I'm not going to put it on the screen because we're not that technologically advanced. It's like, no, I just don't feel like putting it up on the screen for you guys to see. But for those listening and those watching, he posted an Instagram story with a picture of him and his wife, and he photoshopped Drake's face onto his body. And they said that they're hosting Lush Thursdays. I guess that's...
So clubs are reaching out to them to do hostings now?
I guess so. Here's the nasty part, right? To me, the woman even entertaining it, and feminists, please don't kill me. But, and I know it's not that deep, but to me, in my opinion, I feel like she shouldn't have even like...
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think maybe they came up together for this plan, because like if they didn't, then yeah, I felt the same way. Like if it was me, if I was in a situation, I would be like, ew. Like first of all, just like, you know how I feel about Drake. I don't like Drake. I never thought he was attractive, so I instantly would have just hit him with the block unblock, so he unfollowed me. I would have, but then again, it wouldn't have been news. But then who cares? But I would have just not even given any attention at all.
Right, because to me, like she's sending the eye emojis, and like all that kind of stuff.
At Drake, oh my god, or Champagne Poppy, whatever his name is, stupid Instagram name. That should show you enough how corny he is. But
Champagne Poppy's funny.
It's corny.
It's funny.
It's so funny.
I think it's supposed to be though.
Just say Drake. So
I think it's taken.
Yeah, but you could buy out Instagram names like.
No, but I think the other Drake is probably like Drake Bell or something. Oh, probably. Like another famous person.
Yeah. But yeah,
or Drake the food.
But yeah, like you mentioning him and like adding him in your story, it's a little weird. Like I said, unless they came together to do it.
Oh no, Drake, the person that owns Drake is an OVO fan page.
Oh my god. That's kind of hard though, right? You gotta admit that's kind of hard.
Yeah, he can't.
You can never sell.
But
it.
he also can't. He's Champagne Papi forever. You can't change it now because that's gonna throw off everybody.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, who is this?
But it's dumb. but yeah, I think most of it is them playing together. Cause they probably laughing like, we bet we could get a little clout off this. Let's do this. Like they probably, couples do be hustling together, and they probably try like we gonna hustle this and milk this and make it seem like I'm hurt. Like people think deep about stuff when they really are friends with their partner.
They could, but then it just further proves Drake's point. It's like now she's all excited, posting things. Now you're doing Clubhouse things. Like he did do what he said was gonna happen. Like that's swaggy. And to me, we were having a conversation before when this happened that the male ego is so sensitive that even if he is playing along and they're milking it and they're getting whatever else he wants out of it, there is that part in the back of every man's mind when another man can do more for your woman than you can do for yourself and what you can do for your woman, you are going to be you're going to feel the type of way about it.
Yeah, it could look like you said, like now they're doing hostings. Now there's like there are some changes that
and you could never
have done that for her yourself.
Never could have done it. It's gonna bother you. Like it does bother men when the guy that they're potentially in competition with pulls up on your woman with more money, more like better car, better place to live, like that. It's gonna bother you. Like male ego it just works that way.
Yeah.
So whether he's cool with it or not, he's not cool with it. I promise you he's not, because he would definitely, and I don't want to speak on him, I don't know him personally.
Yeah, but you just know how deep down how people feel.
Yeah, I'll speak for myself then. I'll put myself in there because
if it's the other way around.
Because again, like I said, like we were just saying, if I said, would I be saying this to his face? I don't know him, so maybe I wouldn't say it to his face. Mm-hmm. So I'll put myself in this situation. For me, that's how I would feel, and I don't think that that's like a insecurity type thing.
It's just human nature.
It's just human nature. It's like, yeah, I do want to have $500 million to go be able to spend money on my friends and family and my girl to go take trips all over the place and have my own jet and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I would want that. So if somebody else can give that to my girl and treats her better, yeah, I'm gonna feel the type of way about it. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of men would probably have problems admitting that, but it's just a fact. Like, and I don't think that there's anything necessarily wrong with it. It's like, yeah, you should want to be better. You should want to be able to provide more for your woman.
Even though that's not everything. We talked about this before. It's not everything.
But I know, but I'm saying experience. I said treat her better too. I said like anything a guy does better than you that you feel like your woman would be attracted to, like it's gonna make you feel the type of way.
Yeah,
that's what it is. So I love psychological warfare. Like I said, I've done it before, but for this particular thing, it was so mild. I don't know if it warranted all that, but
But like you said too off camera, you said it might have just been like he just caught that straight.
Yeah, he just got
like Drake has happened to see it because like people have left worse comments and probably worse stuff about his son and stuff.
Way worse, even with the comments people leave under the Pusha T stuff about the album being #1, all this kind of stuff, and
like anybody else could have caught that straight, but it's just unfortunately this guy had to catch it just for making a playful comment. But like we said too, it's just kind of like a lesson for people to realize like you are talking to people and that you never know if they decide to respond to you.
And you could be really hurting yourself in the future unknowingly because if you don't make music, you may never end up in a position where you would be dropped, like losing an opportunity to work with somebody like Drake. But you never know. Like that's why I always say you never say anything disparaging about a place that when you quit or anything like that, because you never know that hiring manager in HR comes across that name, like nope, throws you right in a pile or just any situation.
And that's why like luckily like the City Girls and Nicki are cool now, but JT had like a lot of old tweets about Nicki. Like,
yeah.
And Nicki could have easily not been forgiving.
Yeah, and that's you losing money, you losing opportunities.
Because you didn't know you was gonna get famous.
And you also shouldn't be fake.
Yeah.
But still at the same time. If you
still feel that way about her, then
stand on it.
Stand on it, yeah.
But I thought it was. I think overall it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Love it. I love that energy.
Yeah.
Because that's my energy. Yeah. Should just followed her and not said anything though.
I know that's what. He should.
Just
now you kind of make it corny when you start talking. Just
now when she takes a random vacation by herself.
Yeah.
Crazy.